Hello everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at a robot vacuum from Viomi, the V3 Max. This robot currently sells for around $500 and it's loaded with features. The V3 Max features excellent LiDAR navigation, good overall cleaning performance, and better mopping than most robots available. It's also very quiet, has a long battery life, and it's paired with a software app that lets you customize all kinds of cleaning jobs. Today we're going to perform several cleaning demos with the Viomi V3 Max and see how it works. I'll also go over the maintenance that Viomi recommends for this robot and what I like and dislike about this product. The V3 is easy to set up. The robot comes with a small charging dock and a 6-foot power cord. Any extra slack from the cord can store inside the charger. I set up my V3 under a TV stand. The controls on the robot are simple. There's 2 buttons, a power button to send it out to clean an entire floor, and a button to send it home. If you tap the power button while the robot is running, it will pause the cleaning job. Now let's see how the V3 cleans, and let's start with a pet hair test. On this red rug, I've ground in a bunch of fake pet hair, and I've also added a bunch of glitter. Using the app, I've set up the V3 to clean this smaller portion of my living room, and I've set it to clean this area twice. I went over the floor with another vacuum afterwards, and here's what the robot picked up versus what it left behind. The V3 did a pretty good job, and the second run helped a lot. Although not a deep carpet cleaner, as a daily maintenance tool, it does a pretty good job keeping dust and hair off the floor. Let's see how the V3 cleans wall-to-wall carpeting. On this medium pile plush carpet, I've put down a bunch of oats, rice, fake pet hair, and shredded paper. Once the app is set up, you can have it clean individual rooms, so I'm going to have it just vacuum my living room. The V3 Max features excellent LiDAR navigation. Once it's created a map of your home, it cleans entire rooms one at a time. The V3 first borders an entire room, then cleans the room in nice straight lines. The V3 left some of the particles behind here and there and even missed a small area. I should have just set it to sweep the room twice, but I didn't, so I ran it a second time, and the results were much better. The edge cleaning isn't great, despite the robot getting close to the wall, but this is a common issue with most round robots. While the V3 cleans well for what it is, you're still going to want to keep around a more powerful vacuum for deep cleaning carpeting as needed. Let's try out the V3 on hard floors. On my kitchen floor, I've put down a bunch of oats, rice, small pellets, and shredded paper. On the app, I've set it to vacuum my kitchen, and because this is such a large mess, I'm going to have it clean the entire room twice. For edge cleaning, the V3 features an extra large side brush, and I assumed it was going to scatter a lot of the debris around, but it didn't. The edge cleaning and corner cleaning could be better, so it will help if you sweep out crumbs from along edges and corners for the robot to grab. Anywhere the main brush can cover, it cleans up well. With this 2-pass run, it did a very good job, but it ignored one corner. It also missed some dirt along my kitchen mat, which I found always happens with robots, as they need to make even contact with the floor surface they're cleaning for proper pickup. Now let's try out the robot's mopping function. The Viomi features a 2-in-1 water tank and dirt cup. Lift the small cover to fill it with water. I used warm water, and Viomi warns against using water that's too hot, as it could damage the plastic cup. The V3 generously includes 10 disposable mop pads and 2 reusable pads. The mop pad slides onto its holder from the top edge, then attaches in a Velcro-like manner. The whole assembly then slides onto the back of the robot. It's made to slide right on without needing to flip the V3 over. The robot will recognize when you attach the mop pad. In my kitchen, I've put down a bunch of soy sauce and let it dry overnight and get stuck onto the floor. I set the V3 to both vacuum and mop at once, using the Y-shaped mopping pattern, and set the water volume to the highest setting. This is one area where this robot stands out. The mopping function gets the floor decently wet, and the Y-shaped mopping pattern offers thorough back and forth coverage. Of the several mopping robots I've owned, this one does the best, thanks to its cleaning pattern and water output. The mop pad was filthy afterwards, but there was still soy sauce stuck to the floor, so I put on a fresh reusable pad and had it cleaned one more time. After that second run, it did a pretty good job, although it couldn't get all the stuck on dirt up. Here's a disposable pad after I had it mop my bathroom. The mop function of this robot is a rare standout feature. Any robot will only work well if you regularly take care of it. Now I'll show you the maintenance that Viomi recommends on the V3 Max. There's a button to unlock the dirt bin, and the back panel flips open to empty it out. There's two small filters that pull out, and these will need to be cleaned regularly as they quickly clog with dust. I clean these every time I empty the V3. They can be vacuumed off with another vacuum, or they're washable as needed. Both the filters are kind of flimsy, so be careful cleaning them. There's a mesh screen in the dirt cup that should also be cleaned every time you empty it. One thing to note, the manual says you can rinse out the entire dirt cup as needed, but the robot itself audibly says not to whenever you remove the bin.
2-in-1 dust compartment with water tank has been removed. Do not rinse it or immerse it in water.
So I would probably just wipe it clean as needed. With the dirt bin removed, clean out the area where the dirt cup sits, as this area will build up with dust over time as well. The manual states that it's okay if a few drops of water are left in the water tank, as it's pretty much unavoidable. The bottom plate removes by unlocking the two clips at the same time. This gives you access to the brush roll. You'll want to check and clean the brush roll often, as it will get wrapped with things like hair and thread from regular use. Check and clean the ends of the brush roll, as well as where the ends of the brush roll rest in the brush housing. Clean out the brush roll housing and make sure the air path is free of any fluff or debris. Clean off the bottom plate, making sure there's no grime or fluff stuck to it or the squeegee. When you reinstall the brush roll, make sure the ends seat correctly in the brush roll housing and that the plastic tabs on the bottom plate are tucked into the small holes they set into. The robot will not clean well if the bottom plate isn't reinstalled correctly. Wipe down the various sensors on the underside and bumper of the robot. Both the side brush and caster wheel are removable as needed, but today I just wiped them off. From time to time, I'll use all-purpose cleaner to gently wipe down the robot, as it will gradually build up with dust and grime. If you want to remove any paint scuffs that can build up on the bumper, carefully using a little rubbing alcohol does a good job. It's also recommended that you periodically clean off the charging dock. It can be dusted off, or if you want to wipe it down with cleaner, unplug it first, and don't directly spray the charger with any products. Today, I used rubbing alcohol. So there you have it. There's a lot to like about the Viomi V3. The robot features excellent LiDAR navigation, which is very thorough. Because it uses LiDAR instead of cameras, the V3 can clean dark rooms without issue, so this product can be run overnight or with the lights off while you're not home. The robot does a satisfactory job on carpeting, especially with 2 passes, but it does a great job on hard floors, and the robot's mopping function is definitely a standout feature. Its Y-shaped back and forth pattern offers more thorough mopping than many other robots, and I also appreciate that it gets the floors decently wet. Although this won't replace your main mop for really stuck on dirt, I have found it's done a great job keeping the floors wiped clean. The V3 pairs with a software app that lets you customize all kinds of cleaning options. Once it creates a map of your home, you can designate rooms, set no-go zones, or have it clean smaller areas. You can also set the order you want it to clean rooms and have it clean rooms multiple times during a single run. There's also options to customize the power levels for vacuuming or mopping. The app, in my opinion, is a bit clumsy, with some things buried in menus more than I would like, but the overall functionality is there, even if the layout isn't as intuitive as some of the competition. I imagine this could get better in time if Viomi wanted to improve it. Other benefits include the excellent battery life, which allows the V3 to clean my entire home on a single charge. I also appreciate that the robot is very quiet. As far as things I'd like to see improved, most of my issues with the V3 come down to the 2 brushes. Because the main brush roll is narrow, the edge cleaning isn't as good as it could be despite the robot's best efforts. Robot vacuums often have this issue. I prefer a full-width brush roll in robots with a small or no side brush at all. I still think Nito and Dyson have the best brush roll configuration, and I'm glad other companies are adopting similar setups. Although not by much, the V3 is taller than most robots I've owned. This is a small thing, but the V3 is unable to vacuum under my coffee table, but most robots I've tested can. Just keep in mind that including the LiDAR, the robot is 4 inches tall, and it's a hair taller than many competitors' products. This has only mattered with a couple pieces of furniture in my home, but I figured I'd mention it. The V3 Max will require regular maintenance to keep it cleaning well. I'm spoiled these days by self-emptying robots, which drastically cut down on required maintenance, but this one will require regular upkeep, and it's messy to clean just like any other robot out there. I'm not crazy about the 2 flimsy filters set up on this machine, and I wouldn't be shocked if most households quickly lost or destroyed the thin sponge filter. I do, however, like that the filters are washable. In my opinion, it should have come with extra sets of filters in the box. Overall, I'm impressed with the Viomi V3 Max. It's a feature-rich robot that efficiently cleans entire floors at a time, returning to the dock to recharge as needed. Its performance on carpeting is good, it's great on hard floors, and its mopping function is the best of any robot I've owned yet. I always enjoy reading your comments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.